You're listening to the world-famous White Roof Radio. This is episode 704, recorded March 10th, 2026. This episode brought to you by the Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation. Hey everyone, DB in Arizona bringing you a brand new episode of White Roof Radio. Here in a minute, you get to hear a great interview we had with Norm and Eric from the Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation. We also did a big piece about MTTS and more news stories than you're hearing here. Because, well, I forgot to hit the record button. Yep, that was me. Anyway, let's kick things off with our interview with Norm and Eric from the Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation.
I was on the same page with you, but yes.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent. So Gabe's talking to Eric Newland. We've got Eric and Norm Nelson from the Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation. They're here talking to us. They're trying to do this very cool thing to help memorialize Patty Hopkirk. Gentlemen, how are we today?
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for having us. Sure appreciate it.
Perfect. Why don't you go and just tell us what you're trying to build here again?
What we're trying to build is a bronze life-size statue of Patty Hopkirk and his number 37 EJB or 33 EJB Morris Cooper S Mini as it came through the winning thing in the 64 Monte Carlo.
Nice.
So that would be everything. We've researched the hell out of it, exactly how it was built. What age, we've even got his shoe size, Patty's shoe size is everything, and every feature at that age. So we're working at it with a sculptor is world-renowned J. Paul Nessie, is who's we've commissioned to build the statue or sculpture, okay. I should say, monument.
Yeah.
And we've been working with him, going through thousands of pictures and thousands of everything. It's amazing. And he's an amazing guy. We just did an interview with him.
Nice.
It was about an hour and a half trying to explain the process and how this goes by. So that's where we're at this point. I know I can fill in with the rest, but I'm going to pass it along to whoever to, fill in some of the blanks. Eric, if you want to step in now.
Yeah, well, J. Paul Nessa, he is definitely the right man to do this job. He's been creating beautiful bronzes that are really focused upon automotive. He's done legends like Phil Hill.
Oh, he's done this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really wild stuff. The founder of Bugatti, he's put that together. He's just has a really amazing way of creating a scene that tells a story.
Yeah, he does.
And the ideal here is that we want to be able to have this out front of the British Motor Heritage Museum in Gaydon, England.
Okay.
This is the place where the three cars live today. Underneath, this beautiful museum. And right now there's no statues out front. So this would be the very first thing a person would be as they're walking in is being greeted by Patty and his famous car. And we really would want to see, youth walking up to that and going, well, who is this? And
that
kids
would
love minis.
That would be super cool, and that's a perfect place to put it. So here, cool. We're not gonna drag this out. Let's just go ahead and put the ugly part up front. So you guys are actually running a GoFundMe for this, trying to raise some money to make this happen. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, we're a 501c3. We went through the process because it took us a while to try to team up with existing ones, and we decided it wasn't going to work. So we went through the whole process and we were approved, and now we're up doing it. So what we're trying to do, it would be all tax deductible. And the way we look at it, after we're reaching out to millions of, and I'm talking about everybody across the world, every continent. The minis are popular everywhere and still are. And a lot of people are aware of Patty, that's going to make it easy. So what we're looking to do is get that dialed in and getting, if we can get $1 or $2 from everybody, with that number, if we got 25 cents from everybody, we'd cover it. So
all mini owners.
But
You're
we're
looking
trying
for a
to do
quarter
now
from
is
every mini owner.
every mini owner, we'd be fine. We'd be great.
Instead
But
of buying a cup of
everything that we do, 100%, and believe me, 100% of time, effort, money, everything goes strictly to this cause. We're doing this as volunteers.
Nice.
And Rachel Nelson out of Toronto, California Canada is one of our other team members. She's a secretary. She runs the Can-Am Mini Challenge, or has been involved with it for years. Andy Nelson is her husband, and he's been racing minis and B-spec minis and all kinds of stuff for a long time. So it goes back for years. So the three of us got together and kind of decided we'd come up with this. And I'm passionate about it. I've been fortunate enough to got to know Patty over the last 20 years, and it's been amazing. And when he passed, I mean, this came up right away, and we said, we got to do this. So anyway, that's where we're at.
Absolutely. You know, when we were looking at this, when he did pass, it was like we immediately thought of everything he gave back to the mini community. We had opportunity to bring him to Mini Meet West, as well as All British Field Meet. He just spent so much of his time giving back, and I saw how he interacted with everyone and how he was very interested. It was not an act; it was genuine. And when his passing, me and Norm and we're chatting about how can we give back to Patty. He was so generous, and Rachel Nelson, all three of us, we came up with this concept of giving back so people do not forget about this man who really, without him, I don't know how famous the minis would have been initially coming out in 1964.
Probably not.
A hard time selling them.
Go ahead.
It's interesting. No, it's interesting, Eric. I mean, for one, I want to let you finish your thought, because I think you were your thought was if we just made coffee at home tomorrow, every one of us, and used that money to throw in, we'd get somewhere fast as a community, and I love that idea.
Yeah.
But I do want to go. I mean, Patty Hopkirk is a legend in the annals of Mini as a brand, but a lot of people who are new to these cars don't know him, and they don't understand, why. And Eric, you were just talking about it, like how he and John Cooper and a few people made the car what it is today. It wasn't necessarily 1959, and when Isagonis took the sheet off the car, that everybody was like, "Great, here it is. This is the changes. This is everything is new now." It was really those folks and what they did racing, and what Patty was able to do, in the Monte Carlo Rally specifically, that did it.
Oh yeah, man, he was like the underdog of all underdogs, and against all the teams, and amazing. Just that was an economy car, a cheap, fuel efficient economy car. That was built. Alec Isagonis was tasked with designing it, and he did a great job. And by whatever reason, the things he did to make it work for what he was assigned to do ended up giving it the maneuverability, handling, and the rest of it. Then John Cooper comes along and puts a little horsepower under the hood, and bingo.
Yeah,
really
well.
Patty puts it across the line, and yay! And that was a hero, because England was hurting. They were just coming back after the World War II. They're going through all this stuff, the Suez Canal. I mean, there was all kinds of things that were going on, and Patty stepped up to the plate, and he's almost like a little MacGyver. If you ever got the chance to talk to him, he was an ingenious little guy that just like, wow, he could do all kinds of stuff. And anyway, I don't want to keep going on, but I'm passionate about him. I got to know him very well, and I just love the man.
Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, if you go, look up Faith of a Few, that for those mini owners who are not familiar with Patty Hopkirk, I think that story is really well condensed in that that spot that that Mini did. It really does tell the story of splicing how everyone came together to make it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Eric. And we just ran that on Motorfile again because I think a lot of people never even saw that. It was something.
Which video was that, Gabe?
2017, Eric? Is that something?
Oh, that one?
Yeah, Faith with a Few.
Classics.
Go ahead, please.
It was very much. I believe they played it mainly, be my guess, overseas in other markets, but I don't think it really hit much here.
We played that during. Todd, that's a video we played during Anviv Ocho. I believe it was. Yes, it was.
It's one of those things though that I think going back to Patty as a person, and people don't recognize, like, obviously he was instrumental, and there were others. Obviously, there were others that won rallies after him, the Monte Carlo Rally, and other people who drove many successfully, but. He really paved the way. And I think, he and some of the great sportsmen and sportswomen that we all, look at and hold as idols, they have a lot of things. But one of them is also they have marketability. And Patty was an incredibly genuine, nice person. He was always there to connect with people. And, whether it was just people he met or he was there for a sponsor event, it didn't matter. I saw him, and I mean, Norman, I don't have the longstanding friendship that you do with him, but I met him a few times, and I saw him interact, and I think we were just talking about it with strangers, and he always made time for those conversations and listened diligently, which is it's unusual, and let's be honest, it's unusual in that space today.
For sure.
Yeah, DB, I think
he was amazing.
You remember
he always gave his time. So
go ahead, Todd.
It was Mini United in 20. I don't even remember which Mini United was. Probably 2009.
The first one when we were at Zandvoort.
Patty Hopkirk and Ron Waltonen together.
Yeah, I was telling the fellas about that before we started. Keep going.
That was so cool
about the Monte Carlo, and it was just. I mean, your head was spinning, and we got a lot of it recorded, and we put it, on the show years ago, of course. But then a lot of the stuff we didn't record were after hours and over a few beers. Oh, and they were just the nicest, most genuine guys. And Norm, you were right. The engineering knowledge of these gentlemen, both Patty Hopkirk and Ron Waltonen, who both won the Monte Carlo rallies. In minis, but Patty did it first in 1964, and it's just fascinating to hear the knowledge that these people have, like the basic knowledge of driving and engineering, and it was just so much fun to listen to these guys.
Yeah, definitely. Does anybody have anything else?
No, I think there's a million things to be said about Patty Hopkirk.
We can talk about Patty Hopkirk literally for days.
I think
I'll link up a whole bunch of our interviews that we've done with him in the past. Yeah. And I'll find a nice picture of him. Norm will send me a nice picture to include.
You read my mind
as well.
And tell me I've got a ton on Motorfile, and not nearly as much as we should have there, but there's plenty out there. And then of course the website that you all have is really ground zero.
Well, and tell us again, like the goal here and time frame you're looking at. Like how much you looking to raise, and then what's the time frame?
Well, we have a short-term goal right now that would be, we're hoping that 27 individuals step up like this week, today, and donate $1,000. And that helps us get to the first stage of completion, which is the maquette. And maquette
what's a maquette again, Eric?
Right. Maquette is a smaller version of what the big piece is going to look like. So you actually going to have something to see right now. It's all in the artist's brain. J. Paul, Nessa, who's done Carol Shelby,
I'll link his
Donald
stuff
Healy, Phil Hill, Mario Andretti, Sterling
He's
Moss.
done some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's done some really great stuff. And he always does it with the car. So again, we're doing car and Patty. We can now then see that and then share with the world. This is what the rest of the funds are going to be going to.
Yeah.
Maybe Norm can talk about
I gotcha.
the big
Go ahead,
picture.
Norm.
Well, the big thing, it's going to cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of between $350,000 to $500,000 would be the.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to all the things. I'm going to tell you guys what the website address that you care about is, but it's really long. And that wasn't accidental. It just happened to be that way. It's Patty Hopkirk memorialfoundation.org. Their email addresses are terribly long. They are, so I'm not going to tell you them either, but you know how to get a hold of Norm. You're going to go over, find him on Facebook anyway, and you're going to follow along. Any news and updates they'll be posting over there. And then, of course, you want to follow the GoFundMe because I'm going to put a big link to that up as well so you can go contribute. Thanks again for joining us, fellows. It was really great to find out more about the Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation. More information can be found in the show notes. We're going to go ahead and join the rest of the show already in progress. So,
oh no, it came out bad. Never mind.
So hey,
black.
Gabe, let's keep going with a little bit of of course it was. Let's keep going with news from Motor File. What else do you want to talk about?
All right, let's hit it.
Let's pick like two more stories here.
2 more stories. How about 5 in 10 seconds?
I can't hear you.
What was that, Todd?
So, this is you guys are going to appreciate this. BMW is pausing its level 3 autonomous driving rollout.
Oh.
Why? Why? Because it's overkill. People only use it in certain places. I also subtext think that people are somewhat like reluctant to use the technology.
Yeah.
And just in general. I love it. It's amazing, but whatever. Okay.
I would use, this is what I'm waiting for. And I know we've talked about this on the show, and this is what I'm waiting for. And I'm not kidding, is I do believe in our lifetimes, we will see this where commute hours will be driverless cars only. So autonomous driving or like Waymo.
Well, I guess
during commute hours, right? And because they're going to figure out a way, they'll have some kind of a standard so all the cars can communicate with each other. Dude, that's what's going to happen. I think it'll be in our lifetime. I
don't know, man. I think maybe in like very specific areas. Waymo just started in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for autonomy. Like,
dude,
bring it on, man.
I'm ready for it.
Bring it on. I need most people should be driven by robots, but it's it's all good.
We're talking to some of you in the audience too, and you know who you are.
I always say that when people do stupid things on the road, I'm like, self-driving cars cannot come fast enough.
Yeah, totally, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
I'm gonna move on.
Thank you.
The head of Mini, Holger Humph, had some interesting comments on touchscreens versus physical buttons.
Interesting.
Are they rethinking it? Please say yes.
Please say yes.
I mean, more or less, like what he's saying is that, you know, physical buttons, there is importance there. Many will continue to, you know, sort of like look at physical buttons, and I think, you know, I think if he said like if you go too digital, you lose the connection or the character that the brand is known for. I suspect Mini is going to probably dial back a little bit, and BMW will too.
Good.
But I think in general, like I think Mini's hit a sweet spot that other automakers haven't. I don't think it's perfect. I think, you know, listen, like HVAC controls should be buttons.
Yes.
For instance.
Stereo controls.
I'll say this, Gabe, as being an owner of 2 different cars with the new operating system in here for a year, more than a year now, the objective at the time was you don't need the buttons because voice controls will work.
Right.
Well, here's the problem. The voice controls don't work that well because when you talk in regular English, they don't understand you. Like so if I say something simple like turn the AC to max, it goes, I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the problem, Todd. Yeah. That whole system was designed with the concept that they'd have the tech behind it that could leverage AI and LLMs. So BMW with the new iX3, you can do that.
Right.
Mini doesn't have the tech behind it to actually support that yet.
Right. And if they just give you a list of the things you say, like if you instead tell the car, turn my air conditioning to level 3, it'll do it. But you don't know. There's no list anywhere.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Yeah. That's going to be irrelevant.
Yeah.
The second that Mini switches to BMW's sort of new infrastructure, or I should say sort of tech stack, if you will. Right. But it's going to be a while till they do. And I think what you just described is the sort of thing they should be doing. Is like, here's a cheat sheet. Yeah. But I think,
and I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but there was like a whole meme culture centered around cars lacking buttons. Like a whole, for like 3 months, there was like just a series of memes all over the internet because like everybody's just tired of not having the controls on their car. I'll tell you, the EV6, it has 0 buttons at all. I get in that car, I don't know how to turn down the stereo if it's too loud. I don't know how to do anything in that car, so I don't drive it.
Yeah, it's Listen, it's designers who were. I mean, I work in this space. Like,
Yeah.
It's designers who, and strategists who are told that the technology will be there, and the technology doesn't show up.
Right.
So that's part of it, but Mini will get there. I think to me, like, and there's other things too, like listen, like there's the automatic settings. So like under a certain temperature, heated seats just start, heated steering wheels start, etc.
Nice.
So there's things you can get behind, but I think it's a few years away from some of this stuff working properly. We're in like Windows 95 era right now.
Yeah.
And I will say, DB, I knew you'd appreciate that. That's somebody who has never used Windows 95 saying that.
Yeah.
I just read the memes.
Well, and I'll say this is having the two cars with the new operating system in it. When it works great. There's no problem, and it's robust and it's quick. But it's getting to learn how to make it work. There's a pretty steep learning curve in that, and I find a lot of people with the new cars just drive them and don't use any of the tech. They just, because they don't understand it, or don't like to dig 3 layers deep to find the controls for it.
Every person who's holding their phone talking into it.
Oh my gosh, I just want to bust out those people's windows and go, "What are you doing?"
Yes, please stop doing that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see the article and the video on Motoring File. Like what I think is really outstanding is what Johnny Ive and Mark Newson did with the Ferrari in-car experience that they're going to have for the Luce.
Yeah.
People are like, losing their minds over it. I think it's brilliant. I think, and then there's so much in the simplicity. I think you lose the complexity of what they've done, which is kind of the point. Check that out. Check the video out on Motoring File. That to me is where things should be headed. It is a mix of physical and digital, but it's digital that doesn't necessarily look digital. It's simplicity. It's designed for drivers. It's designed to operate while driving. These are all things that we care about.
Right.
Couple other things that I think are important to connect on. Mini just rally race. They just entered a rally race in northern Michigan in crazy snow, and it was negative like 2, and they podiumed.
Yeah,
I think it's worth celebrating.
Yeah,
I think that's freaking amazeballs that they got a podium after just starting. It's like, hey, let's take this car, let's go put a big number 37 and go drive in the snow.
Yeah,
fun, and podiumed.
So I mean,
that's great.
A couple things there. So like the U25, the Countryman. Wow, I'm just like, for any of those people listening right now, I just use the internal code name for the Countryman. It's U25.
I do that all the time.
The Countryman didn't do so well. There's some issues there, but some funny, some interesting stories that you can read about on Motoring File around that. But the JCW, the Cooper JCW, did very well, and that was driven by Christian. Yeah, thank you. And he was outstanding, honestly. Like, did really well. This is his first snow rally, and listen, is it a big field? No, it's not. It's not a massive field, but it is. There's something to be said about getting in there with a stock car that has a team that's never done this before.
Yeah, and
actually executing. That's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
It says something about the team. It says something about the car.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Todd.
About the capabilities of the car, I think is the biggest statement there, is that it's a pretty capable little car.
Yeah,
and don't forget that Lewis' team is a pretty capable little team as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Lewis, yeah.
Lewis Paracarpi, they fielded the JCWs in race cars across the United States. Very successful campaigns, as I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, they've won, I think, everything they've ever been a part of.
Just about.
So I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So a couple other quick things. This is super quick. Mini has a new special edition. It's coming to the U.S. Also, most markets. Does
it look like the Machina X Machina one?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
So let's just move on then. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So
it's a sticker
we'll get
package.
to that in a second. I do want to mention that, and this is actually kind of a big deal. We have a new Mini head of Mini USA. So more before we go there,
Saw that there
Mike
too.
Payton has left Mini USA. Mike Payton, I don't know if he would listen to this from time to time. I don't know if he's listening today. Mike Payton was an outstanding leader for Mini USA.
He really was,
and he came in a very difficult time, and he dealt with a lot. And this is coming from somebody who spoke with him a fair amount. I saw him operate. He was, and I think a lot of people look at, various leaders of Mini USA and would compare them to like Jim McDowell.
Right.
He was in a lot of ways, and he was his own person by all accounts, but he was the closest to, I think, what you would sort of call like what you would look at Jim McDowell in terms of his style.
Right.
That's what Mike Payton was. And Mike Payton came in as, not Jim McDowell, as his own person, his own sort of style, with his own set of problems.
Right.
And he was, from the outside in, from my perspective, incredibly successful at bringing this company back from a sales perspective, from a product perspective, from a communications perspective. And people loved him, internally. People loved him. Externally, people loved him. So he was very successful. And I think, he got to a point where, and this is me reading between the lines. He'd done everything he could.
Yeah.
And I think he was successful. And I think that, he's very US based, and he wanted to focus on what's next for him, which is, good for him. And, he's made the decision to move on, but I'm sure it was with a fair amount of, kind of agony, thinking about what he was leaving. But
yeah. And then Gabe, who's going to replace him?
So, it's interesting. We have actually I haven't met Sean Green yet. Sean Green is going to be the new president of the Americas for Mini. But he comes with a pretty cool background. I mean, he's had a lot of time with BMW. He's had also a really long personal history with Mini too. So, I mean, can't wait to meet Sean Green, new head of Mini USA and Mini of the Americas. But all sort of signs point to him being a pretty cool.
Should be an interesting guy.
Like,
hopefully, we'll get a chance to meet him during Mini Takes the States.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will too.
All right, couple more. DB, can we do it?
Yeah.
All right, two more. And this is me.
Got that.
And Photoshop. Could Mini evolve the JCW brand? And here's the critique: they all look the same. They all look the same. Why am I paying money for a JCW when I can like check a box and get that on other cars?
It even sounds the same.
Sounds the same. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
Why is it the same? It's all like it values the whole concept of a performance brand, and you realize like, well, wait, what's behind this really? So I had heard a little rumbling that Mini, it was looking at sort of thinking like basically like, how can we make the JCW brand stand out more?
Bring back the JCW body kit.
You just put two and two together and you think about it. Well, so it had, I mean, listen, you can get the JCW body kit on in most parts of the world on any Mini. In the US, it's only in the Cooper S.
Oh, right.
But it's just a box. You check. That's it.
Yeah.
And so what if it was actually visibly different, physically different? And so I think that's where, it's sort of wanted to give some thought around that, and that's what you see, Butterfell. Check it out,
Gabe.
Cool rendering.
I am in love with your rendering, and honestly, the JCW should totally look like the Ex Machina car, like 100%.
It's obviously taken some liberties from that.
Todd, what's your thoughts here?
No, I totally agree with that because being the owner of a
JCW.
25 JCW hardtop, it's the most boring JCW I've ever owned. It's still a great car. But that being said, there's nothing that visually or auditorially or anything sets it apart. And you go, why did I spend the money? If I had it to do over again, I would just get a Cooper S, honestly. And I'd probably put the JCW kit on it because it's a better value. The car looks good and it feels pretty much the same. Now, back to back, I've driven them back to back. And yes, the JCW, there is quite a bit of a difference. And
there is.
It really is, but if you don't drive them,
the brakes aren't different though, Todd.
No, don't get me started. If you don't drive them back to back, you might not perceive the difference, and then go, okay, well, then why should I spend the extra $4 or $5 grand for this or $3, whatever it is?
Bridger, I'm team you, man, on this.
Yeah, it's just like
so let's do it.
crazy.
Let's start our own company and call it Mini.
And we're gonna build, but we're only gonna build the Machina looking ones. I want the wide tires. I want this one to do that cool.
I want the flares.
I want the all-wheel drive from Jet Track.
No kidding.
If we're building it, I mean, hello.
Yep. The last thing I'll say, the last piece. Actually, before I say this last thing, and you know, I'm going to Japan in a week.
Oh.
Actually, by the time you hear this, like in a couple of days,
yeah,
I'll be there for 7-8 days or something.
Oh,
and I am so thoroughly excited to see just Japanese car culture,
dude.
Yeah.
And you know what
you're going to see some things, and your head is going to just explode.
Yeah, totally. I've been there briefly before, but it was very brief. Yeah, and they love the Club Inn's the most popular. It was the only place that the Club Inn exceeded its sales target in the world.
I didn't know that. Really? That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny though because it's like wagons are all the rage, but only like at the high end.
No, and the older ones.
I think if
Instagram is filled.
If you would have put box fender flares on the Club Inn, you would have sold about.
Oh yeah. Oh totally.
Right, so that's a side note. I can't wait to go. And anybody has any tips, leave them in the comments.
Okay.
Last point. Faith of a Few. We heard it earlier, or we will hear about it actually in the interview with Norm and Eric just around the Patty Hopkirk Memorial. It's the best mini commercial of all time. Check it out. It's on Motoring File.
Yeah,
it is outstanding. It's why we love these cars. It's
Gabe,
why
where is
great.
it? I was looking for it. You said you just reposted it.
Yeah. No, good. No. Where's it's? Let's see. It's right there. Just sent to you. So it is cool. It is an epic.
It
commercial.
Is epic.
And by epic, I mean it's over 2 minutes long.
Yeah. Is it the one that I'm thinking of? Is it the thing that we played at the beginning?
This is a different one.
This is a different one. Okay.
Yeah, this is different.
All right, cool.
So it is phenomenal. The video I have sort of sets it up and then shows the whole commercial. Actually edited out the JCW like the 2017.
Oh yeah.
JCW today.
Definitely link that one up in the show notes too.
Yeah, for sure.
Done. Yeah.
I wanted to end on this because I want everybody listening to go and look at this right now. Like that is the next step in your digital journey after this podcast.
Yes.
It is an outstanding commercial for many reasons, but I think in a lot of ways the most important part of it is it makes you realize how cool these cars are at an elemental level. Like they are David, and David and Goliath, and you see it come to life.
Well, okay. Okay. Whoa, Gabe, is that you?
That was close.
Yeah, that was like perfect timing.
That was close.
That was perfect timing,
dude.
Sorry, I just referenced the Old Testament, and I just got some I might just call it at that point.
I know. Yeah. I just got, and my phone just came up with a flood warning here too, and I'm under a tornado watch.
So I think let's call it.
I
didn't. I don't think I said anything too sacrilegious there.
No,
maybe it was. Maybe that was a high five.
Yeah.
You know?
Well done, sir.
Well done. Yeah, so this is a great show. We had the interview with Norm and Eric. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Don't forget, click back over. I'm not going to say it out loud again because you guys, it's just too long. But click the links in the show notes or find them on Facebook. Go and kick in a couple bucks for the Patty Hopkirk statue. It's going to be super dope, right? And he's going to make a little one first. Oh, the little one's going to sell for like $1,000 easy, right? I would buy one of the little ones.
No, I think they're making it's a small prototype. It's a one-off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But why don't they then mold it and then make it into
cool? Actually, honestly, like how much those things cost? If I give you like 1,000, can I get one?
Yeah, I don't know
exactly.
Right? Can I take a picture next to my car? Will you do one for me?
That's super cool, man. What if we made that wait? Hold on, guys. So I've got a 93 Dodge with an amazing Ram hood ornament. Like I can't even express to you how cool this hood ornament is.
It is quite epic. I've seen it.
I'll send it to you. What if that was the hood ornament on a Mini? Come on. Are you with me?
No.
Come on.
Maybe.
On that note.
On that note, we're going to go ahead and be done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this week. Don't forget those very short Black Roof Radio. You can get that every week, blackroofradio.com. It's free. All you got to do is you have to go to blackroofradio.com to get it. While you're there, it happens to be a Buy Me a Coffee website. And if you want to kick in a couple bucks, help support White Roof Radio, please do. We appreciate it. It helps pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. Wonderful for all your links. You have to go to Facebook for Norm's thing. But go do it because it's worthwhile. The Patty Hopkirk Memorial Foundation. Totally cool thing. We want to see this happen. Otherwise, I think we're done. Todd, anything else?
No,
Gabe?
good.
Anybody?
All good, man.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. This is the part of the show where I like to, make a funny clicking sound. And then I say, questions, comments, or concerns. Whoa, I glitched.
It was good.
I've never glitched on the outro.
First time in 20-some years.
Wow. Questions, comments, or concerns, click back over to whiteroofradio.com. There you can leave us an email. Jesus Christ, what the F?
This used to be like just second nature, man.
Wow. Let me try this one more time. This is the part of the show where I like to... no, I can't remember. Questions, comments, or concerns, do the thing, whatever. Hey, if you're going to Mini Takes the States, definitely leave a comment. Let's see if we can put together a little caravan situation from the Southwest up to Sonoma or
Deal.
up to Mount Ray. That'll be really fun. What, Todd?
Deal.
Deal.
Do it.
Yeah, we're done. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.
Cheers.
Peace.
Oof, that was a nightmare. Well, let's
Good.
get how to end the show.